Did you say Coriolis?
I did. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Festivus 2023 here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, AR, the Ohio Patriot. We're joined by Leo right now, and whoever else wants to show up in the next hour or so, give or take. Sent out a link to a bunch of people, actually, and nobody showed up except for Leo, so there you go.
Yeah.
Even Honda didn't show up, and I sent him a link like 2 hours ago. So... but yeah, we're going to talk about a few things here. We're going to talk mostly about the annual Rand Paul Festivus report, and then I got a few other stories I'm going to discuss here and whatnot. So yeah, it's about that time of year when we talk about the crazy ass wasteful spending of. Did I give Tactical Muff? I thought I gave Tactical Muff a top fucking link. What the hell? Did I not? Pretty sure I sent him one.
Yeah, because I talked to Corey. He didn't know if he sent a link or not. Plus, he got his son with him today, so I don't know.
Yeah. No, I sent him one a bunch of hours ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, so yeah, we got the annual Rand Paul report here for Festivus 2023 of government wasteful spending to the tune of $900 billion in government squander.
Yeah.
From funding for A-list to money for Egyptian tourism, here is the list of wasteful spending for the year. Says Kentucky Senator Rand Paul on Friday released his annual Christmas Festivus report for the 9th year in a row, outlining $900 billion in government waste. So among notable instances, in the National Institute of Health allotted funds to study Russian cats on treadmills. Photos of Barbies were utilized as identification to obtain COVID relief funds.
What?
Yeah. So basically, everybody and their brother stealing fucking COVID money is what it is for the PPP loans, stuff and whatnot. Let's see. Department of Defense lost $169 million of outdoor stored military gear. That's nice. So that's probably all in hands of Hamas and everybody else now, that's my guess. Let's see, $6 million went towards tourism in Egypt by the U.S. Agency for International Development, and the Small Business Administration provided over $200 million to, quote, struggling music artists such as Post Malone, Chris Brown, and Lil Wayne. What the fuck? Oh, good lord. Good lord. You honestly cannot make this shit up, and it's just sad. And then, of course, we got, there's another article here that was on Gateway Pundit about the same thing, which is, I think this is it right here. Or no, wait. Yeah, no, here it is. Yeah, so for years now, Senator Rand Paul has released his annual Festivus report to highlight government waste, and the year is no different. Paul's list includes some truly amazing items this year, such as funding of studying transgender monkeys.
What? How? Oh, Jesus.
So it's amazing what government spends tax dollars on, while telling us there's not enough money for other things, like a border wall fund, for instance. Says New York Post reports, transgender monkeys, an $8,000 lobster tank, government spending grievances aired in Festivus report. Said time to drag your pole out of the crawl space, the most wonderful time of the year for Washington budget hawks. Senator Rand Paul releases annual airing of spending grievances Friday in honor of Seinfeld-inspired holiday Festivus. Says from science experiments on transgender monkeys to $38 million in COVID payments to dead people. Paul's report detailed what he called a whopping $9 billion in wasteful spending of taxpayer dollars. Said last Festivus we lamented over national debt reaching an astronomical $30 trillion. Shockingly, in one short year, the career politicians and bureaucrats in Washington have managed to approach $34 trillion without so much as a second thought. So they added $4 trillion in spending this year. That's awesome. I'm assuming most of that went to Ukraine and other bullshit things like that. It says Rand blasted both. Yeah, Rand blasted both political parties for contributing to the shortfall by voting to raise the debt ceiling in late May. quote, which empowered the government to borrow an unlimited amount of money until 2024 as Congress spends to reward its favorite industries and pet projects. American taxpayers are forced to pay the price through record high inflation and crippling interest rates. Says Rand does a real public service by pointing out this nonsense. Said, happy Festivus, our government wasted $900 billion on, quote, experiments on transgender monkeys, $38 million in COVID payments to dead people, graphic novels from CISA and DHS about disinformation, expensive lobster tanks, Egyptian tourism, and Russian cats on treadmills, as well as other things. Said, it's that time of year again. Happy Festivus. Got a lot of problems with you people, and now you're going to hear about it, said Rand Paul. Said, whoopsie, improper federal payments to the tune of $236 billion. Government pays dead people, again, $38 million. Fauci transgender monkey study to the tune of $477,121. Are just a few examples of these things.
That's not enough. It needs more.
So it needs to be over $1 million for the transgender monkey studies.
I think transgender monkey studies should have more funding.
Yeah, it should be at least a few million anyway, for sure. So,
I'm okay with that one.
Yeah. See if I can find some of the
How the fuck
on this list.
I'm trying to wrap my brain about how. What are they doing with the monkeys? Why are they transgender? How did this work?
See, I could see if it, like, this is the thing, right? I could understand if it was like those monkeys overseas that just steal people's drinks to get drunk and shit like that. And it was like the drinking habits of monkeys on like these islands and shit like that or something. And like why they developed that nature or something like that. That would actually make sense because that would be an actual study that would actually, prove a point basically of like, hey, is this nature versus nurture? Like, is it learned behaviors or something else for that matter?
Right.
But no, like it's just, and in reality, we all know what it really is, honestly. It's just ways to fund deep state projects. It's just ways to fund fucking Area 51 and other alien tech shit and everything else like that without coming out and being like, oh yeah, here's, $50,000 for a new toilet seat kind of thing or whatever. It's just here's, $400,000 for some bullshit thing, whatever the case be. That in reality is now like some dude's fucking paycheck for the year that's in some random ass basement somewhere.
But I want the transgender monkey thing to be real. I want it to be real.
Yeah. Oh, I think we all do, but
I want it to be real.
So, let's see here now. Trying to see if there's another. Should be something here that shows it here. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, I was going to go back to that original article that was talking about the Barbie photos being used for. No, wait, that wasn't the one. Shit. Got too many tabs open. Here's the problem. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, it said Rand Paul's report highlighted government spending that included accepting Barbie doll photos to obtain COVID relief funds from a portion of the $800 billion allocation and payment protection program funds. So other expenses highlighted were $659 billion for national debt interest, $33.2 million for transgender monkey research, $6 million. Okay, so it actually was a lot more than the 400K there. So it was like $33 million for the transgender monkey research then.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then we got $6 million for boosting Egyptian tourism and unknown costs for USDA dog walking research in the summer. So researchers found that Labrador's fur color did not affect their body temperatures after a hot summer's walk. That's it. That was taxpayer funded. So Agricultural Research Services and the USDA, which funded the study at Southern Illinois University, getting $1.7 billion a year from Congress, but it's unknown how much of the hot dog study cost us taxpayers. Yeah, so they gave them $107 billion to actually study like if fur contributes to like hotter dog temperatures or whatever the case be, and who knows how much of that was just put in people's pockets, basically, which probably the majority.
Yep.
Yeah, it's insane shit, man.
Allegedly.
And then we got NIH of allergies and infectious diseases founded a study using $477,121 to Force feminize male rhesus monkeys in a Florida lab. Said the experiment involved administering female hormones to these male monkeys to investigate potential vulnerabilities to HIV, even though critics argue monkeys are not suitable or sustainable to have HIV in their systems. So that's where the 477,000 came from. So lab work to make male lab monkeys transgender to address, quote, social injustices suffered by transgender persons, such as transgender women, individuals who were assigned male at birth but expressed female spectrum. Said Justin Goodman, Senior Vice President of White House Waste Project, a watchdog group advocating for the suspension of taxpayer-funded animal testing, told Fox News Digital in a statement that a, quote, growing majority of taxpayers, Republicans, Democrats, Independents alike, oppose Uncle Sam's wasteful, dangerous, and cruel animal testing experiments at home and abroad and don't want to be forced to pay billions for these boondoggles. Said Paul cited White Coat Waste Project's findings of the Russian cat lab, Fauci's Monkey Island, and others throughout the Festivus report. Said additionally, there's undisclosed expenses for training Department of Homeland Security employees studying Russian cats on treadmills and meth head monkeys. What? From a portion of the $2.7 million, creating graphic novels on disinformation and exploring COVID-19 misinformation in Black and rural communities, totaling $3.8 million. Jesus. Says cost for ruining military equipment totaling $169 million, while expenses for entertainment and studies involved gambling monkeys, transgender monkeys, improper federal payments allocated to $236 million. Says congressional budget offices forecast a staggering increase in national debt, estimated an average additional to $2 trillion annually for the upcoming decade. This translates over $5 billion in debt daily over the next 10 years. Jesus Christ. Says last year, Rand Paul broke down $482 billion in wasteful spending, from the billions spent giving COVID relief funds to ineligible people to a $118,000 study on whether Marvel movie villain Thanos would really be able to snap his fingers all while wearing the Infinite Gauntlet. So, yeah, such a bunch of fucking idiocy, man.
And they're going to get away with all of this.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my god. Like I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop at this point, honestly.
We might see that. We might see this next year.
I think it's gonna happen in the next 6 months or so. Like whether it be a riot that leads to civil war or something else for that matter, but like shit's about to go nuts, honestly, in 2024.
Yeah, enjoy your holiday season. Might be the last one.
Oh, it's definitely going to be the last Christmas that we're going to have a fun time, honestly.
Right.
So, yeah, apparently some of the musicians that were given combined $200 million, including Post Malone, Chris Brown, Lil Wayne, Usher, Melissa Etheridge, Common, and Steve Aoki, something like that, among others. Jesus. Oh my god, what a waste. Speaking of which, unfortunately, we did have a passing of Hollywood today, which was Dixie Chicks founding member Laura Lynch killed in head-on collision. Says founding Dixie Chick member Laura Lynch died in a head-on collision in El Paso, Texas on Saturday. She was 65 years old, according to a TMZ report. R.I.P. So,
yep, sad to hear.
Yeah, too bad, but you know, it's one of those things that it's what can you do, man? Who's to say if it was illegal or not? That'd be the case. Could have been illegal driving the vehicle that killed her. Who the fuck knows? And then we got out of Missouri. We have a nice little thing going back to Democrats are a bunch of sickos. Former Erie County Democrat Party chair receives sentence in New York child sex abuse case involving a 9-year-old. This sick fucker right here. Says Steve Pigeon, a former Erie County, Missouri Democrat Party chairman, was sentenced to 364 days in jail after admitting to a sexual abuse of a child more than 7 years ago. So less than a year in prison for abusing a kid 7 years back. Fucking disgusting, dude. And this is exactly what's wrong with our country currently. But yeah, they're trying to go after Trump for, what is it, not paying taxes for
To the
decades?
wall. To the
Yeah,
wall.
exactly. Yeah. To the window, to the wall.
Yep.
To the sweat drips down my balls. Then, of course, we got good old neocon Nikki Haley buys $2.4 million waterfront property in South Carolina 5 months after joining Boeing's board of directors. God, that's a nice mansion.
Yeah.
That pool seems pretty small, though, honestly, by comparison.
It's probably the camera angle.
Yeah, it could be. I'm sure it's a little bigger when you get. Well, this is
Right.
probably drone footage, is my guess. Honestly, the place. So
Yeah,
I'm sure
exactly.
when you get on level ground or whatever, it's probably a lot bigger. So
Yeah.
I've never really been a fan though of like a pool that has like that jacuzzi deal kind of built right into it is what it is, because if one of the things goes out, the other one goes out too. Usually is what it is. So yeah, I'd much rather just have a pool that's like separate and then just have its own little like 4-person hot tub or whatever than the case be off to the side or something like that.
Must be nice.
Yeah. I actually wouldn't mind having something like this though, where it's like has like a trellis on the outside where you can walk on the outside there, and then it's got like a window big enough to like go inside, just walk through the window and shit.
Uh-huh. Man, the parties I would throw.
Yeah. Now let's see what it says. So Nikki Haley, former governor of South Carolina, Republican presidential candidate, made headlines with the purchase of a grand waterfront estate on Kiowa Island, a wealthy beach community known for its seclusion, golf courses, and high-profile guests. The purchase occurred in October 2019, came approximately 5 months after she accepted a position on the board of directors for Boeing, the aircraft space giant. So the property, a whopping 5,700 square feet, Mediterranean-style mansion that commands vistas of the whatever hell river that is for that island, is fringed by centuries-old oaks and palmettos and was secured for $2.4 million, a figure markedly lower than the initial $3.3 million asking price. I gotta say though, like looking at it from this perspective, like higher up, then like you really have like no room because there's like houses like right next to you on either side. Then, yeah, not a fan of that at all, man. Like if you're fucking loud enough, like this guy over here on the right's gonna be able to hear you for sure. Probably the guy on the left too, honestly. So, yeah, it does look that still does look smaller though, right at eye level there. Like a few people for sure could get in there, but it's not like an Olympic size swimming pool or anything like that. But yeah, it's not bad. Just chilling out in the pool or whatever the case be, and kicking your heels up or whatever. Then probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was constructed in 2003, according to this. That's what it said here. Cool.
So it's not that old.
Yeah, like 20 years. Not bad though. Yeah, by comparison, it's like the best one on the that like section. It seems like was like the one with a pool anyway. Although to be fair, depending on how bad the storms are and stuff, it might be one of those situations where you have like all this river water now in your pool,
Right.
and all over your house too. So, yeah, not a fan of that at all.
And all of the swamp bugs going over to your pools.
Yeah, exactly. You have to get like some netting or something there for that. So.
Well, I'm quite sure they got a team to come out and spray.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's see what we got on the old Breitbart for tonight then, since we're already got Festivus story stuff anyway. Let's see, we got top 5 revelations from Biden family probe in 2023. Teaser, Joe getting direct payments from Hunter business account. GOP, Joe Biden is compromised. No, he's a fucking high treasonous criminal that should have been brought up on the charges, dude. Like, why the fuck ain't you doing that, GOP? Oh, yeah, because you're all fucking in cahoots, is what it is. Douchebags. And then we got Professor calls to, quote, dismantle the U.S. to fight colonization for Palestinians. This stupid bitch right here we talked about here the other day on one of the grandstands. These are these people, by the way, that are like the 5th or 6th generation Native American folks is what it is, and want to sit there and talk shit about having land back that they never actually owned.
And that they killed other tribe people for.
Exactly, and that's one thing I brought up the other day was like how many of these tribes before Columbus even got here were fucking warring against each other is what it was.
Right.
It's like the difference was one man killed them all, man. Like we were smart to kill all y'all. Like fuck all y'all, we're not gonna let any of you live. Is what it was.
Their weapons wasn't just for hunting.
Yeah, it says University of Minnesota liberal arts professor called to, quote, dismantle and decolonize U.S. during an anti-capitalist, pro-Palestine event, which was really just terrorist fucking talk is what it was there. Dr. Melanie Yazzie, a member of the Navajo Nation, an associate professor of American Indian Studies at UMN Twin Cities, joined the, quote, teach-in panel discussion on December 3rd, where she made several controversial statements. Said she boasts of teaching about, quote, queer indigenous studies and Marxism on her university biography page. So joined the stage with representatives from progressive groups, including American Muslims for Palestine and Freedom Road Socialist Organization, which we talked about that Freedom Road one. That actually, particular one had
what up, man?
FBI raids is what it was. So
what
not much. Just talking about this stupid bitch right here. Yes, this is
How do I
to
sound this the first time on my phone? I didn't see the message. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Yes, according to Professor, it's our responsibility as people who are within the United States to go as hard as possible to decolonize this place because that will reverberate all across the world because the U.S. is the greatest predator empire that has ever existed, she explained.
Damn right we are.
So the professor co-founded the anti-colonial and anti-capitalist group, the Red Nation, which hosted the Palestinian event at New York New City Center for Healing Justice in Minneapolis. Said Yazzie said that her group wants the U.S. to get out of everywhere, including Palestine and Turtle Island, which is what they call basically Earth. North America.
Wait,
is what they call that. Said in that quote, and that is the goal, is to dismantle the settler project that is the United States for the freedom and the future of all life on this planet. Very much depends on that. So leftist activists continued to imply that the entire world changed on October 7th Hamas attacks on Israel, in which Hamas terrorists slaughtered more than 1,200 Israelis, claiming that Palestine paved the alternate path for native nations. What a fucking joke, dude.
I think it's some bullshit.
I've just had it with these people at this point, honestly. I really have.
I seen they were going to let in a bunch of aid, and I'm like, you know what? I think we just need to let them all go, guys.
Yeah.
That's my stance. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I say at this point, honestly, just give every fucking race in America a couple states and see who flourishes the best. And then we just come back together after like a decade. See if it goes well or not.
Or just split the country in two, like we've been saying for the longest.
Well, that's the thing, though. I don't think it would be just two at this point. I think you'd have other people be like, no, we want our own thing over here, and everybody else wants their own thing over there, or whatever. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we could easily do, like, just like a block. Just like block here, block there, block there, block there.
I don't think it would be enough.
This block, etc. It wouldn't be.
Yeah, it wouldn't be enough.
Sure, but
I think the problem would be is too many people would like infiltrate sides and try and one up everybody.
Yeah, probably. But that's also why you have like outcast areas and stuff like that.
Yeah,
New Jersey, for instance, would be like a little fucking the wasteland kind of deal, like in Judge Dredd. It'd be like no-go zones, basically, is what would be there. So it's like, yeah, if you want to live like that, go live like that out there, bro. So. But yeah, like these people are just And this goes back to something I've talked about several times a day. Even it's these folks that are so fucking entitled because of the fact that they have the privilege to be able to get ahead from affirmative action, whatever the fuck else things in their livelihoods, that they can say shit like that and get away with it. Yet meanwhile, God forbid I say something and the fucking feds knock on my door 4 years ago. So anyway, just ridiculous is what it is.
You don't straighten up, it's happening again, boy. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, probably will actually one of these days, I'm sure.
Lucky duck.
Yeah, shit, though. You ain't kidding, because these are trying times right now.
Yeah,
well, actually, they're.
I honestly think, guys, this is our last normal holiday we're ever going to see in our entire lives.
Yep, I just said that earlier.
Yeah, I know. I heard you. I was like, I had to log onto my laptop to figure out my password because I'm retarded.
Yeah, that's why.
On a good note, though, this is a little miracle. We got cat missing for months in Ohio has been reunited with Texas family.
Great.
Like a Hallmark movie. Cat missing for months in Ohio. Texas family. There's the kitty cat right there.
Oh, first I thought it was a panther.
No, it was just a black.
When you was raising it up, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, it's his family in Kirkland Hills, Ohio, recently experienced an unusual and heartwarming encounter with someone else's beloved pet. So when Emily Morris and her aunt Bitsy Dixon spotted a black cat with their own cat outside their home, they thought it was a stray. So he eventually became familiar enough with the family to let them pick him up. Therefore, when the woman noticed he was wearing a tag, they learned the name was Blackie, and he belonged to a family far away in Texas. Situation was even more interesting because Blackie disappeared in October, and his family was desperate to find him. So the image shows the fluffy black feline staring out what appears to be a window there. So according to Lori Bentley, the story unfolded when her own son was in the process of moving to Maine, accompanied by the cats. However, once the pair took a break from the road in Concord Township, the unthinkable happened. Somehow the cat had escaped and darted away from the owner into a nearby wooded area. It's not uncommon for cats to run away because they are under stress. So cats are creatures of habit, and they don't like changes in the household or their routine. The site added, saying things can cause a cat to feel stressed and anxious, which in turn may cause them to seek refuge elsewhere. So, however, it is important to note that cats having a homing instinct that serves to help them find their way home again after being away. Said Bentley said her son felt terrible about what happened. He searched high and low for the cat. However, he was unsuccessful, so she shared about the situation online and local animal shelters. Joined forces to help the nearby search by printing flyers of the cat, leaving food around the area, and looking for the cat. So she is now reportedly driving to Ohio to receive her family's beloved cat over the weekend and meet the people who found the cat. So that's cool.
Well,
good for them.
One spot of good news, I suppose.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
By the way, Ohio, I watched your video on that that holster that you had. What do you, if you don't mind me asking, what are you running? What are you trying to holster up?
Taurus.
Okay.
Yeah, I still would need to cut the damn thing. I don't know. I don't want to have to do that kind of work into it. Is what it is.
You shouldn't have to. Walmart sells a Safari Land. It's pretty universal for like $40.
I know, and I have a similar one that I got that was for like Crossman air guns and stuff years ago.
Yeah.
And it was a better quality than this one is. So, and it was around the same price, honestly.
Yeah. So. I was about ready to ask you for your PO. I was going to send you one.
Yeah. I mean, never mind.
We can hit that later.
Yeah. What stores are open and closed on Christmas Day in 2023? Hours for Walmart, Kroger, CVS, and more. So with Christmas right around the corner, you might want to check the list of what stores are open and closed twice. So what stores are open and closed Christmas Day 2023? Hours for Walmart, Kroger, CVS, and more. Here you go. New York, AP. So while Christmas is right around the corner, okay, from retail grocery stores, many companies across the U.S. closed nearly close early on Christmas Eve, shut their stores entirely Christmas Day, while others opt to cut back hours, but there's also a handful of businesses that stay open around the holiday. Obviously, as we know, Walmart closes their thing Christmas Eve and does not reopen at all until December 26th at 6 a.m. It says Target open on Christmas Day. Most Target stores will be closed Christmas and reopen 7 a.m. on December 26th. Costco. All Costco warehouses in the U.S. are closed Christmas Day. CVS is open on Christmas. Said many CVS pharmacy locations will operate with normal hours on Christmas, but some non-24-hour locations may be closed or have reduced hours. Customers are encouraged to call ahead to check on that one. Most Walgreens stores will be adjusted hours from 9 to 5 on Christmas Day, so all 24-hour locations will continue to remain open. Many Starbucks locations will be open on Christmas Day, but hours can vary because of employees. Most McDonald's locations in the U.S. are open on holidays like Christmas, but hours vary on location. Most Kroger stores are closed Christmas Day, although there are variety depending on place. This is Albertsons open on Christmas. Albertsons stores are closed on Christmas, but there are some locations that remain open with adjusted hours. Stores that are closed: Aldi's, Harris Teeter, Home Depot, IKEA, Jewel, Osco, Lowe's, Macy's, Meijer, Publix, Rite Aid, Sam's Club, Sprouts, Farmers Market, Trader Joe's, and Whole Foods. So, and of course, you got stores that are open on Christmas is Safeway, Sheetz, and 7-Eleven, which makes sense as we're all usually operated by people who are not people that celebrate Christmas. It's other holidays they'll celebrate usually. So. And of course, we got this story here, which is God bless these brave dogs. Pennsylvania canines received donated bullet and stab proof vests. So the 11 law enforcement canines in Pennsylvania now have more protection on the job thanks to a generous donation. Pennsylvania State Police Department canines received bulletproof and stab proof vests through a donation from a nonprofit group known as Vested Interest in Canines. The Tri-State Alert reported Friday that canines were identified as Ivan, Ram, Sonny, Natasha, Evan, Dexter, Nemo, Rocco, Jack, Ganesh, and Molly, who work hard to protect the community alongside our members of police forces. There's all the puppers. Well, some of the puppers, actually. Let's see if I can get a Facebook on that one or not.
It's cool. Dig that.
All the dogs. Let's see. That dog looks pissed. It's weird how they all have like the same eye color. Although I've heard stuff about German Shepherds being like super inbred, so that makes sense actually. That one almost looks like a Labrador.
Yeah, he's a mix of something.
Yeah, probably. That's Sonny. But anyway, so yeah, that's cool. Good for those people for giving the doggos some bulletproof, stab-proof vests. Although to be fair, I mean, technically, because the way that they are put on the body, like, couldn't they just stab him in the neck if they really wanted to stab the dog?
Yeah, but it's pretty hard to get on the neck, especially, you know, on the first bite.
Yeah, true enough. True enough.
My uncle and the sheriff's deputy that I shoot with are both K-9 unit, and I would rather be shot.
Christmas is canceled. Anti-Israel activists blockade London's busiest shopping street ahead of Christmas. What a bunch of assholes, dude. Like, I don't understand how these people think you're going to get somebody to, like, join your cause when you're doing shit like this. Like, it's just stupid.
Now let Christmas do this in the Middle East during Ramadan and see what happens.
Let's see what else we got. See, Charlie Sheen's neighbor tried to strangle the 2.5 Men star. Damn. Huh. Shannon Doherty blames for being fired from Charmed on Alyssa Milano. That's interesting. I could see that. We all know what a cunt Milano is, an anti-gunner, hypocrite, and everything else like that. So, yes, as actor Shannon Doherty has broken her silence after all these years after being fired from the hit 90s TV series Charmed, and finally admitted that she got fired because of a barrage of complaints from left-wing agitator and fellow actress Alyssa Milano. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Ironically enough, I think Milano is like really the only one that's done anything of all three of those chicks since then. Like the other two really haven't done much of anything. Although I know Shannon Doherty had some kind of, I forget if it was like MS or what it was that she was diagnosed with recently in the last few years here. Yeah, it was something. Maybe like a brain tumor or something. I'm not sure exactly offhand. It was something real bad though. I remember that. But yeah. Like even just looking at that picture of the three of them here, Milano just looks evil in this picture, honestly. Like she's got like a devilish grin, basically. Like, hey.
Right.
Yeah. Although to be fair, it's like how many people have made demon deals for fame and fortune and everything else like that. It makes sense then, obviously.
Man, she is hot in that picture though. I can't.
Yeah, I mean they were all good looking, but that was like 1990,
right,
8 or 9 or whatever it was then. So it was like,
geez, that was a baby.
Yeah.
98.
I would have been
13,
I think, in 1998. If I'm not mistaken.
I was like 5 or 6.
Yeah, I was like 15.
Yeah. Actually, I was watching something recently, and people were talking about when the first time was they heard the term trans, and somebody said it was like 6 years ago for them, and I was thinking back on it, and I'm just like, I don't know about like trans per se, but I remember like the term she-male. Like the first time I heard that shit was when like 99 2000 or whatever the case be, and it was like some HBO thing I was watching.
For me, back in the early
trans porn stars.
For me, back in the early 90s, it was transvestites.
Yeah, right, I do remember that. I do remember that too, and that would have even been older than that. Then, if that be the case, it would have been maybe like 6 or 7 when that happened. Then, so yeah, I do remember the transvestite thing, and that was. I'm trying to think. There was a couple movies back then in the 90s that I think specifically mentioned that terminology.
Yeah, and in the 80s. Yeah.
But yeah, there's not. I don't know. It's interesting. Then of course we got Futurama coming to fruition now with the dawn of AI girlfriends, aka Digi, that looks just like the fucking Pixar.
You know what? I have that website saved in my favorites because I want to fuck with it.
So Digi new AI-powered chatbot and avatar system is attempting to redefine the landscape of digital companionship and romantic interaction with AI girlfriends in a trend that will leave young men even more isolated. The company claims this technology is the future of AI romantic relationships and companionship.
I'm going to create an account. I'll let y'all know how.
I don't know. I feel like, honestly, though, like, give it like 10, 20 years from now, with the way technology keeps advancing, it seems like, and you're going to have, like, legit, like, sex robots is what it is, that are actually looking like human beings at that point.
There's going to be some, I mean, not to the point, but like Rick and Morty kind of deal, where Morty's banging that robot, and they just take the semen and they just get rid of all the males, and they just make all the females, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I could see that.
Yeah,
but like with a more realistic robot.
Yeah, probably.
That's messed up.
I don't think I remember ever watching that episode, but then again, I've never seen every episode of that show. I've watched
I haven't seen every episode.
A few here and there is what it is. I don't think I've ever watched every single season of that show. That is what it is.
My God, my heart aches for you.
Yeah, well, I haven't watched the latest one because them changing the dude out and everything like that. So
yeah, I haven't watched it either. It's a shame. I'm too busy.
Well, I think I watched the first episode of this season, but then I was like, this sounds kind of weird or whatever. I'm over this.
Yeah, I guess Mr. Poopy Butthole's not as good.
Yeah, I'm good. So,
I mean, I might start from the beginning again, season 1, and just do a binge watch.
Yeah, get behind that.
Yeah, because I catch the episodes random when I watch.
Then, of course, we do have this little bit of good news here. California sheriff praises judge for blocking unconstitutional gun control. Said Shasta County Sheriff Michael Johnson praised District Court Judge Carmack Kearney's insurance of a preliminary injunction against California's sensitive places law, describing the gun control as unconstitutional, because it is. It's reported that Kearney issued a preliminary injunction on Wednesday of this week in the case brought by a number of California concealed carry permit holders, the Second Amendment Foundation, and Gunners of America. The case was against California's SB 2, which dipshit Governor Gavin Newsom, who's a complete cheating sack of shit, signed in September this year, creating new sensitive places in which listed concealed carry holders could not carry their firearms. Said Kearney decided in favor of the plaintiffs, noting that the challenged California provisions unconstitutionally deprive licensed concealed permit holders of their constitutional right to carry a handgun in public for safety reasons and self-defense. It's a little spokesperson about the decision from Sheriff Johnson, who said, "We're pleased that the federal judge blocked part of SB2 because, in my opinion, and the opinion of many of the sheriffs across the state, is Senate Bill 2 is completely unconstitutional." Johnson added, "Senate Bill 2 is without a doubt a direct attack on concealed weapons permit holders and the ability to and right to keep and bear arms in the Second Amendment." And by that logic, every single thing should be knocked down at this point, whether it be that shit or the AWB in California that's been going for 35, 40 years now, so forth and so on. So
Yeah, they're trying to do that shit here in Omaha and Lincoln.
Yeah.
They're getting the shit suit out of them right now.
yeah. Well, it's like Corey and I were talking about on Buckshot this week. We're doing that Giffords annual report thing where they were doing their stupid little report card every year is what it is, and how you can basically make things better for everybody by passing a bunch of unconstitutional bullshit. And yeah, it's like different things for every state that have like F's on them and stuff like that, which F is the best thing you can have on that thing because it's literally them being like, no, fuck you. So we're not going to pass your unconstitutional horse shit here. And of course, California has an A. Is it an A or an A plus? Actually, let me go look at this map again. Pull up this map right here, actually, of this whole thing, and discuss some of these things. This is the Giffords annual scorecard for 2023. Who has the best anti-gunner crap in place? Who has the worst? Yeah, California got an A scorecard. Then we got Oregon, which has a A minus. Washington State has an A minus. Colorado has an A minus. Illinois has an A minus.
Oh, wonderful.
Minnesota has a B. Wisconsin has a C. Michigan has a B minus. New York has an A minus. Maryland has an A minus. Delaware has a B plus. Virginia has a B plus. Let's see. Connecticut has an A. Massachusetts has an A minus. Vermont has a B plus. New Hampshire has a D minus. Maine has a D minus. Ohio has a D minus. West Virginia's got an F. Texas got an F. New Mexico's got a C plus. Arizona's got an F. Oklahoma's got an F. You'll notice a trend with a lot of these Fs too, by the way, is you got constitutional carry state, 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 etc., etc. Constitutional carry, constitutional carry, constitutional carry, constitutional carry.
Look at all that gray surrounding Illinois.
Yeah.
I was born a couple of 100 miles.
Yeah. We got Iowa with an F.
Not even a couple of.
Finally.
Bing, China.
You know, I'd like to see an updated list on the those Chinese police stations, because it just so happens that everywhere I see has some bullshit banning concealed carry and stuff in those areas. I wonder if all that syncs up, that state list you got.
Have you guys heard about the most recent one that's an unconfirmed report that they have the ATF now ruling that illegals can buy guns because of the DACA cops?
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, well, I think we talked about this on one of those channels.
Yeah. Yeah, I talked about that earlier today, actually, because it
What
was
about being cops?
I first heard about it. Well, yeah, I talked about that too as well the other day. But yeah, it was, and then Corey obviously talked with the panel about it the other day on Matt's chat too, for that matter.
So
but yeah, it was yes, I think it was either Thursday night or Friday morning is when I first heard about this woman who was claiming her husband's a FFL dealer.
yeah,
It's a gun shop, and he was talking about how ATF, I guess, in the last like few days here, supposedly have now put a rule in place that says illegals can buy guns, and it has directly to do with California, New York, and I forget if it was Jersey or some other state like that, have all passed things. You can have these DACA illegals become cops in the states. It might have been Illinois, actually. Now you think about it, you're right. Probably was, actually. So, yeah, it's probably California, Illinois, New York then. So,
yeah, they want them to be.
It's completely insane. It's completely insane, dude.
Police officers here.
Yeah. And these would be the guys that are going to be confiscating shit next year, is what it is.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, so they had that UN bid for that. China was the only person that, well, not person, whatever government that got accepted to do the UN deal. And with this and all the increase in Chinese coming in, it's kind of all falling into place. Like they already said yes. I think they're just setting up, which is a problem because we're all splintered and separated. You know what I mean? And they're setting up in advance, like a year in advance.
Oh yeah.
I don't dig
So we
that.
finally found who's number 2 on the list behind California. It's New Jersey. That's the biggest second anti-gun state in the country.
That makes sense.
So yeah, California, New Jersey. Let's see. I think 5th was New York. 4th is Illinois. Let's see here. What is Colorado? Colorado is 10 of 50. Oregon is 11. Washington State is 9. Let's see. Massachusetts is 7. Connecticut is 3. There you go. So California, New Jersey, Connecticut, Illinois, and New York are the top 5 most anti-gun states in this country right now.
Wonderful.
Congrats, Leo.
No.
You made the list.
Damn it, Leo.
Every year.
Although it could be worse. Could be worse. The FBI dropped their annual report for the most dangerous cities in this country, and Cleveland, Ohio ranks 8th. Yeah, baby, top 10.
All right.
Although I'm pretty sure that was for like how much it costs taxpayers to pay for all the criminality is what's going on here is what it is. Not like the actual like most dangerous cities or whatever there.
No excuses.
So I'm guessing that's all the carjackings from the Kia boys. Would be my assumption there.
Yeah, and that's why Ohio sucks.
No, it's why Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, Dayton, Toledo, Akron, and Canton all suck. Every place else is
in
great.
Ohio, so ergo.
No, if we just wall these fucking like cities out, man, we're good. We're good after that. So
For a while, I thought Cincinnati was a great place.
Ohio is the birthplace of serial killers.
California also ranks high on that list. There was literally a guy, I forget what his name is offhand. He was a construction worker back in the time that they were building the highways in California. This dude was literally grinding up bones and teeth and shit into the pavement that they were putting on the highway. There is what it was.
Wow.
That's just standard.
Yeah.
And then you wonder why people like Ted Bundy and fucking Dahmer and Gacy and everybody else like that were all over that area is what it was there. You had all the hillside stranglers and the fucking all the copycat killers after that and whatnot.
Yeah.
There's that one. Yeah, Night Stalker was one of those dudes over in California. There's a lot. It just happened to be that a couple of them were born here in Ohio, you know.
Like 3/4 of them.
Wasn't quite. I don't believe that, Corey. You'd have to give me a list on that one. I'm gonna call fake news on you on that one until I get an actual list. Let's see. Got Louisiana as an F, 32 of 50 for this list. So that would be what 18th best then. Let's see. Things that they can change to improve being more anti-2A. Ban trigger activators. Protected people with DUIs from losing their concealed carry permits.
I clicked back. I suck.
Let's see. That was what changed. Oh, sorry. That was what changed this year, actually. So how they can improve. Ban assault weapons in large capacity magazines. Enact universal background checks. Invest in community violence intervention programs. And ban ghost guns. So fucking stupid.
Yeah, because we all know that's all the evil that exists right now that needs to get done away with, because that's the number one priority.
Yep.
Yeah, and Michigan now being a B- state because of Whitmer passing all this horse shit right here, which was enacting universal background checks for all gun purchasing. So she's now got a de facto gun roster in her state as Hitler's granddaughter. Created child access prevention and extreme protection orders, invested $15 million in community violence intervention, and launched the Office of Community Violence Intervention, and prohibited certain domestic abusers from having firearms, aka anybody that has a misdemeanor hire is what it is there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what a bunch of scumbag shit, honestly, dude. How they can improve, though: prohibit armed intimidation at polling places, drop boxes, and anywhere the votes are counted. Enact a victims' access to justice law, which Cory talked about the other day. It's to sue gun manufacturers, and require prohibited people to relinquish their firearms on the spot. Which doesn't Illinois have that? You guys had a dude who literally went on a mass murder spree after the fact. He never gave back his gun.
I don't know. I've never heard of that.
There was one. I know that for a fact because it was a dude who was supposed to be a prohibited person. He was supposed to give up his gun, never give it back, and then went on a killing spree at his like office or whatever it was there sometime, or like warehouse or something here a couple years ago now. Let me go find it real quick, actually, because I know it happened in the last like year or two is what it was. So.
I don't know, but I made a very large ammo purchase. I'll tell you that.
Let's see. That's not the one I'm looking for. No, it wasn't the Highland Park one. Let's see. Let's bring up the Wikipedia here and be able to find it, hopefully. Let's see. Was it Aurora? I don't think it was Aurora. Was it Aurora? No, that would have been. No, that would have been too long ago. Let's see. Brown Chicken Massacre, Don Carter Lane shooting, Dunbar, Englewood, Highland Park, June 2020.
I can answer your question, Daniel. It's because you won't stop banging Trump.
Was it this one? Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. It was one of those ones.
It's because he won't stop banging
I don't know.
Trump.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They keep trying to change your balls, man.
Balls.
Big balls.
Sorry about your balls, bro.
Yeah.
They just put a picture there, Daniel.
Exactly. Watch, he'll put a picture of orange balls just to.
Exactly.
Should just get a Snapchat of that one dude that got the OC blast in the face for years back now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Instant spray tan.
Yeah.
I wish you would stop it with the spray tan.
Yeah, no shit. I think he has for the most part.
Or just you have the money. Why don't you hire somebody to do a good toner on your skin?
Right?
He's one of the common people, guys.
Or just get your skin tattooed orange so you don't have to ever do it again.
I like that one.
Just use makeup to not appear. I mean, right? Like he can hire a makeup artist for whatever he gets on camera, and
Well, you know, if he went on as many freaking vacations as Biden has, he'd actually have the tan, right?
Right.
So apparently, according to this post on X, you have Protesters have entered the Tacoma Mall and are following through with their planned demonstration and disrupting holiday shoppers. Antifa and people associated with the Black Panther Party are marching through the mall and trying to get others to join them. They want vengeance after 3 Tacoma police officers were acquitted in the Manny Ellis trial. So security is closely following behind and trying to escort them off property. Some of the outside agitators have recognized that person that was filming in the crowd. They're wearing Hamas headscarves, which far-left activists have nothing better to do and just want to cause chaos in Tacoma. That's what this guy said.
Way to get people on your side.
Yep. Well, it's just like the same thing we talked about a few months ago. They're in London. It's like, yeah, you're disrupting shopping like the couple days before Christmas, and you expect people to be fucking on your side, dude. It's like, no, they're trying to have fun with their fucking families in a day or two. Like, go fuck yourself.
It looks like they want to cause, whoever's behind it wants to cause this division, or maybe a upcoming big huge war or something.
Yeah.
Penis.
Found your future daughter-in-law, Corey.
I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I was trying to put my dogs in the kennel.
You don't want to see
Corey.
it. You don't want to see it.
Okay,
All
I'm
right.
good.
Show it again.
You wanna
show
see
it
it.
I
again.
will. I'm going to show it again. I'm going to show it again. This is your future daughter-in-law, Corey.
Hope we get the video working.
No, video is working. I just don't choose the what you call it. No.
She might
Daniel,
have
I
a
vote-
great personality. You
I
never
vote
know.
Daniel buys one of each.
Oh wait, I missed it again. I walked off.
He's lying. He's lying. He's lying.
It's the final time. Your vampire daughter-in-law, Corey, with the crazy ass face tattoos and shit.
Oh, I've got the cat popped out real quick. I can't see. I'm reading.
But now the joke is over, Corey. You done messed it all up.
I'm just gonna leave it here, Corey, until you see it.
One
Well,
girl,
I guess
one
that's
cup.
better looking than how the government spends our tax dollars.
Yeah,
Right.
true enough. True enough.
I say no, Daniel.
Let's see here. We got women posting their L's. Let's see what this one's about here.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I'll follow that page.
These people are kind of funny sometimes. Let's see, this girl
Don't get any
said,
electric vehicles ever. Anyone.
literally devastated. I was on a date with a guy and he asked, "Where you want to go, ma'am?" And I told him to be careful not to misgender someone before you call them the wrong thing. He said, "I can tell this won't work out." And he pulled over and made me get out of the car. He then called me the F
Yeah.
word. Why are men?
Why are you scared to say it?
Yeah. It was the faggots.
I mean, if when you pull up and she walks out the house with a green hair,
Yeah,
you should just step on the gas as it is.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Right.
I'd just be like, "Yeah, this isn't gonna work out, honey. You can go back inside later."
I mean, see, back in the day, you know, if you had like color hair, you was punk, goth, you know, some type of alternative, which was okay,
emo,
right? You
whatever,
knew what they were, right. You already know what you're getting into. These days, they're all just doing it.
Yep. Well, mostly. I mean, there's other ones that ain't.
Nope, there's still some normal people here, thank God.
I mean, the ones who are, you know, unhinged.
Yeah.
No, Daniel, I don't care to drive one of those death traps and a waste of money. And God forbid if, you know, your battery went out or died or whatever, you know, you have to sell a damn kidney and a half a liver just to buy a new one. No, it's a waste of money. I hate those fucking electric vehicles. They're worthless as tits on the boar hog.
Right, it's not there yet.
Well, this is Daniel
Another
we're talking
20
about, so.
Right, another 15, 20 years.
No, it don't ever need to be there. So they just need to shelf it and Forget about it.
It's not. I think it's here to stay.
Here's a good one. We got, this was a Reddit post here. This person said, they were a 29-year-old female told their husband, 28, to stop sexualizing them, and now it's going downhill. How do I prevent my marriage from falling apart? Again, I feel like this is just a chick busting her losses what it is at that point, man. Yeah, she said, I, 29-year-old female, am married to my husband at 28 for 3 years, together for 7. We had been your everyday happy couple, stable finances, no major problems overall. Hubby is a sweetheart, but one problem I had with him was how he was excessively touchy and flirty. It was great at first. Who does not love an affectionate partner? However, as the years passed, it felt excessive to me. Whenever he compliments me, there is always a sexual comment. There's always sexy, along with beautiful, cute, etc. Whenever we kiss, he gets a hard-on, even when hugging me or caressing. So there is always a butt slap when passing by the kitchen. I pointed it out before, but to no avail. He kept doing this. A quick note is that he does not push me for intimacy, even though he is ready for the deed. Just by touch. Said, I think about 6 months ago, he was caressing me, and I noticed he was hard again. Really was stressful time for both of us, so I was fed up with everything in my life at the time. Told him how he always sexualizes me, and it's disgusting. He clearly does not expect that, and was taken aback. He said he cannot help it since he is young, fit, and healthy. Asked him to stop, as it was irritating for me. I should have chosen my words more carefully here. Said there have been no hugs, no butt slaps, no caressing, no intimacy initiation from his side for the last 6 months. I asked a week into our discussion why he was no longer hugging or doing any of that stuff. He said he would get hard and I would be upset, which I argued by saying it is not possible for you to do these things without being hard. He said it just happens naturally.
Is your phone ringing? I think your phone.
Yeah, it's. I
have to go muffin top.
Yeah, I was gonna say that ain't me. I was on mute.
Let's see. Hard for him not to get it hard on. He said it just happens naturally. 6 months have passed without these intimate moments unless I initiated them. Said he did not even compliment me much. I must also add that it seemed weird during intimacy. Said this month my husband went on a business trip for 6 days and has been off since then. Said 2 days ago he abruptly told me that we are not sexually compatible and maybe we should separate. I was shocked and asked him why he thinks this. He stated how our intimacy frequently dropped a lot when he stopped. Said that a younger girl flirted with him while he was at a bar with his colleagues after the event. He then realized that he did not feel wanted in a long time. He complained how I almost never compliment him, has always been on the receiving end, and even though I was receiving one, how I get to complain about it. Asked him if he cheated, and he said he did not, and berated me for not knowing to trust him. Said try to talk to him more on the topic, but he just does not answer about it. Have been trying to process everything and crying for the last 2 days. Do not know how to navigate the situation. Any advice would be appreciated for this chick, is what she said. So, well, sounds like you done fucked up, girl. Right. That's what I'm saying on that one.
It's and I think I believe when we say he didn't cheat it, but I think that's one of the reasons why he's frustrated.
Yeah, it's definitely sexual frustration is what it is.
Right. Like, man, that girl was so into me and I didn't do it. Now I'm pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Right, even though my wife won't.
And of course, you got good old Nancy showing up again. Florida man who was charged with insider trading was actually just following Nancy Pelosi's stock profile.
Oh, but they'll get him, but not her. I got you.
Exactly. Bunch of horse shit for sure. Nope, can't show that.
So hey, Ohio. I know you watch some of those whatever clips and stuff. Did you see one from hear like very recently where that crazy bitch was on there that he had to boot off and call the cops on?
Are you talking about the girl who was like trying to do drugs?
Yes, had a fucking stuffed
I didn't see the clip. I was watching it live when it happened, man.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, she was like chopping up fucking lines and shit, like trying to do some stuff.
Yeah, exactly. She fucking started taking weird random pills, and then she pours out what looked like cocaine and pulls out a credit card and starts breaking it up to lines and snorts the shit.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
I bet she's fun at parties, though.
I think the best part of that entire last one for this year had to be Andrew versus Bangs, dude, because that girl, oh my god, I wanted to slap shit out of that girl a few times during that cast.
Oh, I didn't watch it all. I watched
dude, she is a fucking piece of shit in general, dude.
I did notice how before that chick went crazy and started doing drugs on the screen, that she was just fucking laying into Andrew when he was trying to talk and everything. You know, saying how he's rude, interrupting, and but yet when he tried to talk, she would interrupt and start laughing and just it's like you're fucking a hypocrite. Yeah, I can't stand that cunt. I didn't think they'd ever have her back because I watched some clips before where he kicked her off. Where the host kicked her off.
She was a fucking loon though, man, and it was interesting because there was actually one interaction near the very end where it was her and Andrew going back and forth, and he was like, yeah, I'm basically telling her you got to put her in her place at some point here in the future. And he's like, oh, do you want me to take you over my knee? kind of thing, basically.
Damn.
So, and they're like, whoa, dude, that's a little far. And yeah, he was basically saying like he would take her over his knee like she was one of his fucking kids, honestly, and just give her the spanking she needs, what it is right now.
Yeah.
Although she'd probably be into that, is my guess, honestly.
I wouldn't doubt it.
That's the problem with most of those chicks on those panels, though, is that they have such father issues to begin with because it was either no father in their life or like absentee, father figure, whatever you want to call it there. And so they're basically just starving for attention is what it is. And then you actually have a dude who's like trying to have a real talk with them. And they're just like, oh, no, I'm just this thing, whatever. It's like that one that went viral recently with the, I forget what the black dude's name is that was on there a few weeks ago when Adam 22 Rage quit off that panel.
Oh, that was fucking hilarious. That shirt he was wearing was fucking god awful ugly.
Yeah. And it was basically...
It looked like it was staged.
Yeah. It was basically him telling the one OnlyFans girl being like, yeah, she's like, oh yeah, I'm good for nothing. He's like, no, you are good for something. You are able to show your asshole to the internet basically and get guys off essentially. And they're,
show your tits
of society is what it is there.
And your butthole.
Yeah. And it's just sad. And it is just sad. And it's exactly what he was spot on with that whole thing. Cause he's like, yeah, it's basically the denigration of our society. And it's exactly why we're seeing, Sodom and Gomorrah come back around again is what it is now. And I seriously think we're close to a rapture at this point in this whole entire earth pretty soon.
I don't know. It's definitely pointing that direction. But Leo, do you know what show we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I watched the podcast.
We got all kinds of taxes for us. There's federal income tax, payroll tax, sales tax, estate tax, gift tax, corporate tax, inheritance tax, property tax, gas tax, state income tax, capital gains tax, death tax, excise tax, import tax, home improvement tax, school tax, sin tax, road use tax. They even tax our pets.
A county tax, a city tax, depending on where you live.
Fucking insane, dude. Yeah. Yep. Go ahead. You were saying, Corey?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're saying about the podcast or whatever. Then. Sorry, I interrupted you because I want to get that out of the was.
No, I honestly don't remember now. Oh,
okay.
I like the one with Candace Owens on it. She was awesome on it. Michael Knowles. Chase is always good on there too.
Yeah. Difference between a rich man and poor man's life. Yeah, shit.
X is always crap with the video.
Yeah, it's like cutting. I think it's just showing that it's like a cow versus like a hot girl that's being your finger licker or whatever.
Shoot, actually, the cow is worth more.
Yeah, well, and in that case, in those countries, yeah, it is because, and that's what people have talked about when it comes to. I'm trying to think what that one country is now. It's one of the African nations. Zimbabwe, when it basically, or no, wait, was it Zimbabwe or South Sudan? Might have been both actually. Now I'm thinking about it. But it's basically about how they'll invest in livestock and stuff like that because their money gets so hyperinflated all the time, it becomes worthless. And so you'll have the cow that can still be worth, $10,000 US or whatever it's going to be then, and will retain that value. Meanwhile, if you had, $10,000, whatever the hell their local currency is, it'd be like $1 basically when it gets hyperinflated then.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Yep, just wild. Like precious metals, so farm animals is just as valuable.
Yeah. Well, I'll be right back, James. Hold on.
Yeah, and then of course you got fucking good old shoplifters getting their Christmas shopping done this year, just breaking all the glass and stealing all the things.
The hell is this eyeglass place?
I don't know where it's at. It looks like some California shop or something.
Probably jewelry store. Wait,
yeah,
that's the
like
eyeglasses
or something there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, it looks like high end, probably sunglasses maybe or something.
Probably.
Yeah, something like that. Just fucking ridiculous either way.
I just wish the store owner would just come out and just pop, 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 pop.
I want to show other video or other stories, but I want to hold this one specifically for Corey whenever he comes back. So we'll have to open a new tab here and just save that for the time being. Yeah, actually, speaking of whatever stuff, you got one of these dumbass chicks from one of the cast there talking about only God can judge me. Yeah, God and everybody else, ho. So, yeah.
I mean, if that helps you sleep at night.
Shit, it's freezing up again like crazy. Here's what it is.
My mic messed up?
No, I had you muted because your phone was going off. I didn't know if you could come back.
Sorry about that.
It's fine. It's fine. Trying to get this to actually. Here it goes. Okay. This is actually a pretty cool one. This is something I actually do want people to see. This is how they actually make a freezer in Mongolia. So you start out by taking a pan. God, why is this freezing up like fucking crazy?
Right, it's X, man. Their media player is just
it's
trash.
It's just like was fine a little bit ago, but it's like I don't know. Now I want to actually play the damn thing. Yeah, so you take a bowl out, fill it up with water, put a suspended rope around it, and then basically go from there. It freezes overnight, and it creates basically just like an ice box, like a literal fucking box with that being the lid on it, to where they can just start storing shit in it. It's pretty badass. So I'll just post it to the X account there, and people can see it on their leisure then if that be the case, because it's not wanting to play properly then. Let's see. Apparently people up in Canada are talking about what are the pros and cons of living in America now.
Depends on the state.
Yeah. Very true, because if you go to the red states that are all pro 2A, you might get good, but if you're not there, you're getting fucked.
Wait, you said people from China, right?
No, it was people from Canada.
Oh, Canada, okay.
Yeah. Our brothers to the north is what it is there.
Hell, any state. Right, and be better than fucking Canada.
Yeah. Here's a good one going back to the women posting their L's. I got rear-ended like 2 months ago, got my car into a shop, and the person that hit me, insurance, direct deposited me $1,700, thought it was just for me, like for funsies, so I spent it all. Nails, hair, lashes, all went out on myself. Today, I went to pick up my car, and the repair place tells me that $1,700 was to pay them. I am broke. What do I do now?
You retarded?
Get on them knees.
Exactly, yeah. Well, and like I was talking about this earlier, this is something I heard about a few months ago about how the average black female in America has like, I think it's like 15 or 20 bucks to their name at any given time, because they'll sit there and spend $300-400 a month on hair, nail, lashes, everything like that. And it's just like, how are you spending that much on like weaves and wigs and shit every month? And like nail appointments and stuff. It's just retarded, basically. Yeah. So. And then, of course, I did talk about that thing with Kevin Hart, and then him actually being one of the people that doesn't invest in America, which is nice to see. So. Unfortunately, far too many in Hollywood will just talk shit and not do a damn thing to back it up, is what it is.
Yep.
So. Sorry, trying to find a couple stories I want to discuss. Here's what it is. Let's see. Huh. So this one is actually more of a Dexter type of dude here. We got the Alaskan Avenger, Jason Vikovich, shares a smile with his brother. After being sentenced to 23 years, Jason used the state sex offender registry to locate sex offenders, break into their homes, and assault them with a hammer. Both Jason and his brother endured child sexual abuse. So getting one back.
Send some money on his books.
Yep.
He's doing God's work.
Yep. He was anyway before they caught his ass. Yeah, and then we got another one on that same one, which is this is a woman actually. It said, in July 2021, Karina Smith found out her husband, Michael Baines, had sexually assaulted her children when they were younger. Following the disturbing discovery, she filled a garden bucket with boiling water and 3 bags of sugar before hurling it at him. As he slept in bed, he died as a result of his injuries. For those who don't know, if you actually mix boiling water and sugar, it'll help the boiling water stick to the skin, and it'll kill you faster. So that's something I actually learned when I was watching UK TV one time, because they do that shit over in the prisons over there a lot. Is what it is. They'll take like a bunch of sugar and like toss it in boiling pitchers of water, and then just toss a whole pitcher on somebody's ass to kill them in prison. Then that's what it is.
Good.
Jesus.
So, yeah, I seen that. Like
it's a pretty horrible way to die.
Like sex sent me to the ER. Some dude melted like one of those 20-pound gummy bears and put it on his old lady's knockers, and she got like 3rd-degree burns and it peeled her flesh off.
Oh, that's horrible, dude.
Yeah, hell of a way to go.
I mean, it makes sense. You have literal molten hot gelatin.
Yeah, it has a higher cooling point than you would think.
Yeah,
interesting. So don't do that. Fun fact. Merry Christmas, guys. Don't do that for your old lady. Also, Christmas is the high. Oh, never mind. Penis fractures, boys. Matt talked about it. No reverse cowgirl this week.
Trying to show something wholesome here, but the damn odd video won't play for me.
I ruined it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not really working. It was a baby orphan. There we go. Here it goes. Start to play now. Yeah, it's a baby orphan kangaroo being comforted by a zookeeper and tossed into a pouch. So you're going to kidnap a kangaroo. Just wait for it to jump in your pouch, man.
Like
That'll just naturally help until you get in your pouch. There's what it is. So then you can raise it to be a boxer.
Yep, knock them pedos out.
Although to be fair, it's probably end up like that one where that guy knocked that kangaroo on its ass. Is what it is, or tried to anyway. And its kangaroo's just like, oh. That's good. Yeah, it's funny.
But can you go to jail for sicking an attack kangaroo on someone?
I don't know.
Let's find out.
But let's go ahead and read the story of the Costco founder. Said story of Costco founder threatened the CEO to not raise the price of Costco hot dogs is quite an interesting one. In 2018, it was revealed that the current CEO, Craig Jelovic, approached the co-founder, Jim Siskel, about raising the price of the hot dog. Siskel told him, if you raise the price of the effing hot dog, I will kill you. Figure it out. This exchange has become somewhat of a legend and demonstrates the company's commitment to keeping prices low for their customers. In fact, the price of the hot dog and soda combo has remained $1.50 since its first creation in 1985. Said to maintain a low price, Costco even went as far as to build their own hot dog factory in Los Angeles 2009 and later another one in Chicago, Illinois. Said this allowed them to reduce production cost and continue offering the hot dog at the same low price. Said so it seems that the threat of the founder was quite effective in keeping the price of the hot dog down. Who knew that a simple hot dog could be so important to the company's identity and customer loyalty? That's a big fucking dog, man.
Yeah.
And it comes with a refill for the soda. Damn.
Oh, what refill? Yeah. No, they probably got rid of the refill now.
Yeah, probably. I know they have like huge slices of pizza for a few dollars there too that are pretty big, where it's like a fourth of a pizza or something.
Yeah, Sam's does that, but they raise their hot dog prices and stuff. It's like $1.89 or something.
I've tried Sam's Club hot dogs before, and they tasted like shit. Honestly, like they were not good.
Nathan's hot dogs are delicious. That's what they use.
They were in there for far, far too long. Let's see what else we got here. Got a bunch of people on this page posting about Costco and other companies' stuff here. See, this is 1984. Costco's hot dog pop has been $1.50 based on inflation over the past 38 years. Price of the combo should be $4.03. Let's see. So the hot dog journey began in a cart in front of a warehouse in San Diego. The man who first sold them, Jay DeGuess, is still with Costco, now serving as a regional food service supervisor. Let's see. So Costco sells 100+ million rotisserie chickens a year at $5 a bird. A few years back, Costco's CFO said that the retailer lost $30 to $40 million a year of gross profit by keeping the price low. Many took it to mean that they sold chicken at a loss. So this is wrong reading. Since CFO was saying that if Costco raised the market rates of the chicken, it would make an extra $30 to $40 million a year, but was otherwise foregoing it. Either way, Costco spent $140 million on a chicken plant in Nebraska to fill its demand for rotisserie chickens. Damn.
You're welcome.
Let's see what else we got in here. Anything worth talking about? There's another thing of the combos. Let's see, Costco sells 130+ million hot dogs a year. More than any major league ballpark teams combined to keep the price of the combo low. It's taken a number of measures. 1, in 2009, built some hot dog factory. 2, soda was swapped from a can to a fountain drink that they could easily make more of, is what it is. That makes more sense, actually, because it's probably way more expensive to just give somebody a can of soda than it is to do a fountain drink mixture.
Yeah.
So, keep hot dogs $1.50, according to that old guy.
Back in my day.
Yeah. Back in my day, they were $1.50, and today they still are.
That's the only thing I like. All I got left.
Back in his day, it was like 10 cents.
That is pretty wild to think about, that the inflation should have it over $4 right now for just that two items together then.
That's really sad, actually.
It's very sad. It'll be almost 3 times as much as it is right now.
We're failing so bad, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. McDonald's is like fine dining now. Sure, the way their prices are.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are. Fucking. It was Connecticut or something. They have a Big Mac. It's Big Mac combo for $18 something now.
I don't eat out, guys.
I don't eat McDonald's for the last 10 years of my fucking life because it's all chemical garbage. I know when Matt was saying it the other day, he's like, "Oh yeah, it tastes so good." I'm like, "Dude, you're just eating shit that's going to destroy your gut health."
But it is delicious though.
Fucking plastic and grease, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Nasty. Yeah, I haven't eaten that since high school either, man.
Shit, I ate that last week.
Fuck, you're dead, bro. I'm just kidding.
The only places that I will eat quote unquote fast food from is Wendy's at this point. And that's only because theirs is like slightly better and it's not all the time is what it is. It's only maybe once every 6 months or something.
Yeah, but they signed their deal with the regenerative meat deal, so they're gonna sell that lab grown meat.
Well, I don't eat fucking their burgers, so that's a whole thing.
Yeah, they're doing the chicken too.
Jesus Christ.
I know, you can't eat anywhere.
Killing me, Smalls.
I know. I hit Arby's 2 for $7. That's about it.
I can't stand Arby's.
My God, man.
All right, I'm going to show this one, and I'm going to see if you guys can tell me what's wrong here. It says, only a true gentleman knows what is wrong with this picture.
Yep. What is it, Leo?
It's equal rights now. You know? Protect him from traffic.
He's got a nice suit. Keep her out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He worked hard for that suit.
Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know, it used to be a common thing that a guy would walk on the outside of a sidewalk to keep the woman that he's with protected from possibly getting hit by a vehicle.
Or splashed.
Exactly. That too. So
I'll let y'all go. My sister keeps calling me.
I'm about to say Tactical Muffin is popular tonight.
I'm sorry.
yeah.
She's a quadriplegic, so she comes first.
Okay, yeah.
I'm out. See you guys.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're probably going to call it a day then anyway, because they've been going about an hour and a half now, and this is longer than I was going to. Wait. God damn it, Corey.
Sorry about that. I had to call my wife.
Shoot, me and Corey been going on for like 4 hours now, almost.
Right. Ugh. Were you about to end it?
I was, but now we can get into some really crazy shit that just apparently popped off in the last couple hours now out of Congress here, which is breaking emerging child sex scandal in Congress. Speaker of the House promoted his daughters to remain virgins until marriage, even had audacity to warn her about men who would steal her virginity. Says, worst part is he didn't even tell her OnlyFans was an option when she was 18. Said unearthed video shows House Speaker Mike Johnson attending Purity Ball with then 13-year-old daughter in, quote, prom-like ritual where teenage girls vow to abstain from sex till marriage, as he warns her, there are wolves out there. So, yeah, not sure if that's really a sex scandal or not, but yeah, it's basically just showing like his purity to his family is what it is there. So,
That's, oh my God, so bad.
yeah, not like the fucking actual pedophiles in Congress raping fucking kids and White House too, like that piece of shit Biden. So
Wasn't there
their own kids?
Another story that just broke like here in the last day or so? Where there was another one that filmed a sex act in Congress.
Oh yeah, it was a second staffer had also had gay sex in one of the rooms, is what it was. Yeah, they're just trying to one up each other at this point, man.
Yep,
that's all it is.
Apparently.
It's like the one guy, taking it in the ass is not enough, so you gotta have like 10 other guys come and take it in the ass too at the same time.
And I'm like, keep on going with it. Try to one up him now.
They're draining the swamp themselves. It's funny.
Well, no, you'd have to literally be like honestly, to me, the only way you could one up like a dude having gay sex in a Senate hearing room or whatever the case be is you would have to have a dude having a 3-way in the Senate room where he's taking it from behind and from the front and being spit roasted like a motherfucker.
Oh, you had to do the White House.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, one thing I did hear about the original staffer there, apparently it was Amy Klobuchar's chair that he was fucking in.
Nice.
So that makes it even better, honestly, because fuck that stupid cunt.
Yeah.
So
now Daniel's bitching that he's got gray balls and not instead of orange balls.
Yeah, I know. I saw his ball change. I don't know what happened there, man.
Well,
yeah,
he went
Corey.
from
So apparently,
Trump to Biden.
yeah. So apparently, Corey, we have a new thing to be scared of now. You got your spiders that can walk on water, buddy.
I already knew spiders could be on water. That's nothing
So
new.
spiders can walk on water because of the surface tension. Tarantulas effectively swim by rowing on the surface of water, using their first 3 pairs of legs as paddles.
Fuck spiders.
That's truly disturbing, dude.
Yeah,
it's like that big ass spider that Matt had in front of his car that time that was like, cha! To the point where he just like, nope. Just went around the damn thing.
I would have threw Molotov cocktails at it.
Yeah.
I would have kept it as a pet.
Man.
Fuck spiders.
And then, of course, we got this bullshit, which for those that haven't heard about it now, you got non-U.S. citizens without passports said yes, this is a real line of people boarding domestic flights in Tucson Airport. Same regime that required vaccine passports is now welcoming unknown foreigners without any passport into America. And there was actually a bunch of them being flown to wherever the fuck that's what it is. So, yeah, just absolutely disgusting is what it is, man. Legitimately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's see what else is going on with end wokeness here. Oh, yeah, this fucking guy who was an anti-white racist who's now being an anti-Semite, too, on top of everything in Manhattan today. Yeah, this was a good one the other day. It was migrants in New York are now going door-to-door begging locals for food and money.
So let me ask y'all a question. Because I was sitting there thinking about, because we were talking about the damn DACA cops and shit again. If they allow illegal immigrants to be police and carry guns, and then, because I know they're also fighting to get it to where they can take their guns home.
Yeah, which is already passed there.
Exactly. So, where is like GOA and all these other fucking organizations, coming out and saying, since you're pulling this illegal bullshit, then you just nullify, therefore nullified that all anti-gun laws don't exist no more. So we have free reign and can have whatever we want.
Yeah.
There's no more NFA. There's no more nothing, because you're effectively setting a horrible, bad, scary precedent. And, we are law-abiding citizens, and they're fucking choking us to death with these damn anti-gun laws.
Yep.
And now they're giving criminals the legal right to own guns. I mean, it's fucking bullshit. But yet they want to hold us to, the ultimately highest standard possible and want to take our guns.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's fucking Looney Tune land at this point.
Fucking joke.
Yeah.
So I guess that means if someone, hypothetically gets, caught with an SBR, I would tell them to go fuck yourselves. You can't charge me if you're allowing illegal immigrants to possess guns. Can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bunch of crap in general.
It's all Leo's fault.
Yes, it is. It's not my fault.
Yeah, it actually makes zero sense at all either. It's just people trying to fuck off, basically. If you guys give me a sec, I got something I need to do that's time sensitive, so.
Horse shit.
No, it actually is for real. I get fucked over pretty soon is what it is.
Daniel, what's funny about that is My son has one in his wallet. He showed me yesterday. It was fucking hilarious.
What are we talking about here?
He told me just to carry around a reverse Uno card.
Oh, yeah. You guys saw the shit with Larry Elder and Charlemagne the God the other day, right?
No.
Oh my God.
Just a
that
new
was
interview?
fucking funny. I think it was an old one, but it was like
Okay.
resurfacing clips from it or something. So yeah, you had Charlemagne basically talk about, I forget what he called it or something. It was like a woken moment or something like that is what it was. In the
Your
black community or something.
Negro wake up call.
Yeah, exactly. And then Elder pulled it on him because he was talking about like all this other bullshit, and then Larry Elder pulled it on him of like, oh, you mean like how you guys are still voting for Biden when he literally talked about if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Yeah.
So, like, he just fucking owned that dude so hard. It was like the best thing I ever saw, honestly.
And how he's like the biggest racist in the government now.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Or at least one of them. I would say because there's clips after clips of him, just dropping the N-bomb constantly.
Yeah, well, there was that one famous interview from the U.S. Senate hearings, and I think it was the 80s or late 70s, one of the two. And it was him doing direct quotes where he was talking about N-word mayors and N-word big shots and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
But yet they canceled Paula Deen because she apparently said that word, 30 years prior.
Yeah, exactly. Bunch of BS is what it is. All right. So there is a video of a woman here who has recently done the Then and Now challenge with Kevin McAllister, Home Alone, 1990, who spent $19 on groceries, said woman want to see how much the bill would cost now in 2023. So back in 1990, it was 1983.
Wonder Bread is expensive.
Yeah. Now it is. Now just this is not even Wonder Bread. This is just whatever the hell the cheapest one is there. $2.89 for a loaf of bread.
Oh, no, what? I think there is no more Wonder Bread now, is there?
Half gallon of milk, $2.89 for the half gallon of milk.
I don't know.
A microwave dinner, which is pretty similar, $4 for that now. A Kraft mac and cheese pack, which you could say, well, the closest thing she can find was Stouffer's because Kraft doesn't make that shit anymore, or whatever. And that was $3.50 almost. Then we got, what else is here? I'm trying to afford this, but it's not really wanting to go for me now. Shit, I gotta reset this damn thing now.
Way to go.
No, it's just
you broke the internet.
Is what it is. Okay, so we had the 1983.
I bet if you turn your camera off, that probably save a lot of bandwidth.
Yeah.
Maybe. Let's see if it'll do it. Okay. So yeah, so that was $3.50. We got orange juice.
Gotta be extra pulp.
Or X media player still just sucks.
Yeah, okay, we'll just play the damn thing here. Yeah, 1990, it was 1983 for that whole thing. God damn it. Yeah, you're right. It's got to be the fucking media players just fucked up. Anyway, somebody did a thing out the other day anyway, and it basically showed that it was like 70 something fucking dollars now. The exact shit that Kevin bought back then.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And that's only been in the last
astronomical.
Because the Biden.
Well, it was it was like 50 something in 2022, and it's now like 70 something dollars today. Now is what it is.
Jesus.
So yeah, it's just psychotically overpriced, is what it is. Honestly.
Yeah. It's done on purpose.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, I think we're definitely heading towards a time where you're definitely going to see food gangs in 2024, no matter what.
Yeah, we're heading to another Great Depression.
I think we already are in the beginning of the Great Depression. It just hasn't gotten to the point where it's like everybody's affected by it yet.
Yeah.
And I think when they are finally affected by it, it's like, oh, that's going to be a bad time for y'all then. So, anyway. Then, of course, we've had a few updates to, did an update to this earlier, which was, there's been a couple updates to that story out of Columbus where that guy was beaten to death outside the Kroger. It was apparently an armed citizen who yelled at the three pieces of shit who were beaten to death to stop, or he would shoot their asses. And then they ran off laughing and fucking cheering. So, and unfortunately, he did not intervene fast enough because poor Donnie Smith ended up dying of his injuries a few days ago now. Yeah. And now they're debating if they want to charge this 17-year-old that was with 18 and 19-year-old buddies as an adult or not. And it's like, yeah, you fucking charge him as an adult, dude. He's almost 18. Just like the same thing with that girl who killed the cop up in Cleveland at the beginning of the year.
Dude,
doesn't matter if she was 17 or not, dude. Charge as a fucking adult.
In the past where they've charged, like 14, 15-year-olds, even 13-year-olds as adults for,
exactly
killing people.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you charge that POS as an adult for murder?
Yeah. Well, it's just people being retarded and ignorant is what it is, honestly.
Yeah. Then going to DAs and which political views they follow.
Yeah. Well, and that's exactly what the problem is in a lot of cases. I don't know about where Franklin County sits or not, like how exactly woke that shit is, but you have Cuyahoga County where Cleveland is at. That fucking DA is just a pile of shit in general who don't want to do anything is what it is. So okay, so apparently this was not as bad as I thought it was for the stuff this chick got. So it was 1983 in Kevin's day. Now, granted, she could not find actual Army men at the store. She found something equivalent, but the overall price was $49.40, so it's more than doubled.
From 1983.
Almost $50. Yeah, almost $50 in 30 years. So, or just wait, no, because that was 1990. That movie came out in. So, yeah, 33 years has gone up by over half. Like half. Well, yeah, it would be about 1 1/2. I think is what it would be then. So, because it's almost 50 now. But yeah, that's on the low end too. Because like I said, there's been, depending on where you're at, there's been other places that have said it's like $60 something, $70 something now this year from inflation and everything. So, oh yeah, here it is. This was a Fox News article that said this a few days ago. It was last year. It was 44.40. In 2023, it's 72.28. A 248% increase, which is just fucking insane. So,
yeah, it's definitely bullshit. And next year it's probably going to double from now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Next year there might not even be any food in there to buy.
Exactly.
Well, and I think that's what's going to happen. You're going to have a situation where what we're seeing right now, where people are running in and just stealing shit from various places or whatever.
Yeah.
Whether it be a CVS pharmacy or whatever the case be, it's going to be people literally running in gangs and just stealing whatever the fuck they can food wise and just running back out. Then
that's if the store there
to the point where you're going to have armed security everywhere, and it's going to be people being ID to get in the place, or whatever the case be.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you go out of the place, you're going to get robbed at fucking gunpoint by somebody just driving up on your ass or something like that, probably being like, give us the cart, bitch.
So nothing new than what we're experiencing now other than being robbed in the parking lot. That would be something new.
Pretty much. So, yeah, I think it's going to get worse and worse. Whatever gets better is what it is.
So that means you got to go shopping in groups.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where everybody's armed.
Yeah. Maybe we only buy a couple bags of stuff at once or something then.
Stay strapped or get clapped.
Right, or just get it delivered.
Yeah.
That they'll just rob
Which
the
even then,
cars.
yeah.
Right.
I was gonna say, even then, you just wait for them to fucking pull into your driveway or whatever. They'll just fucking follow home and rob your ass then, if that be the case. But in that case, it would be they'd follow the Instacart car or whatever the case be, and it would be, yeah, as soon as they see them dropping groceries off of your back door, whatever, they'd just be running up there and grabbing your shit then.
Yeah. Well, when you step
I know
onto a
that
person's private property, you know.
And I know that for a fact because I've had Instacart delivered to me a couple times now because of everything that happened with Mom. And yeah, needless to say, it's these people are not. They could easily put it behind my door further to where it'd be almost behind my house and it couldn't be seen. But no, they're setting it like right there where it could be seen.
Yeah.
Anybody could just drive up in like the 5 minutes I go outside and just start stealing my shit. Then I'm just like, dude, come on now. So. So this is actually a pretty good one. We got the Gays Against Groomers people coming out here and talking about the most real thing ever said on Reddit. CMV, the trans movement, is pushing gender stereotypes. Said, what makes someone a man? What makes someone a woman? It has nothing to do with how you think or act or dress. Your sex is not something that defines you in any way other than biological capabilities. Being told as a girl that because I'm not very feminine, I must be trans. That's ridiculous. A little boy wanting to wear a dress doesn't make him a girl. I feel like society is going back to pushing gender stereotypes, and if you don't fit into that mold, you must be trans. Or it could just be the people that are pushing their own, trans agenda. Want everybody to be fucking sterilized is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Which is exactly why you have places like Ohio now trying to pass HB 68, which is literally sitting on Mike DeWine's desk right now waiting to be signed into law. And if he doesn't do it in the next few days, it will either become law automatically or he could veto it and it would be overridden by the General Assembly and tell him to go fuck himself then. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here next week is what it'll be. So. Actually, I think this is where we got to leave off tonight right here with this one, actually. Which is good old Gavin Newsom posting his L's. Gavin Newsom's 10-year plan to end San Francisco homelessness marks 20-year anniversary.
Nice.
So Newsom has taken his failures statewide since 2003 mayoral election. California GOP chair says. Yeah, that is too much, man. I'm going to end the homelessness in a decade. Meanwhile, 20 years later. There you go.
It's a slow process.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, I actually do have stuff I got to do, and I'm getting pretty tired, so I'm going to go to bed here pretty soon. So, yeah. This was, I think, a good Festivus chat for the Festivus for the rest of us.
Yay.
I will be back at some point in the future. I don't know exactly when I'll be taking, obviously, tomorrow and Christmas Day off, probably the 26th at least for me. And other than that, I don't know if Honda's doing a chat tomorrow night for Christmas Eve or not, or if he's just going to be jipping us again for the third week in a row now. So, but anyway, I'll be back here though in a few days, and then anybody that wants to come on the panels or anything like that is welcome to do whatever. Just let me know ahead of time. Any final thoughts, Leo?
Hopefully we'll have another Festivus next year. Maybe with some good news.
I am hoping to make it to my 40th birthday without having a civil war in this country, which seems more and more impossible by the day, considering I will be 39 come January. So anyway, but yeah, other than that though, that's where I'm at. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a good one, y'all. Stay safe, stay armed, stay vigilant. You never know when the crazy sons of bitches on the left will come for you, but eventually they will. And that's all I'm just about the end of the day. So later.